everybody. Welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know I love bringing in experts. And today we got two. We got two. And today is a VIP expert day. You know what we like to do? We're going to talk about podcasting. Yeah, you know, the thing that we're on all the time. You also know our home is podnation.tv. Podcasting is a major, humongous thing around us. And it's humongous for your business. So I thought, why not invite my two buddies, Michelle and Evans, to come on here and tell you guys all about how to get started, how to move forward, and later on down the road, maybe even how to grow your business. Okay, so sit right there. We'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Okay, so if you've ever had a chance to talk with me, or if I've met you at an event and you said to me, is video really important? How important is it to do podcasting? I always say the same thing. If you're not doing video, if you don't at least have an audio podcast, you are leaving money on the table, and I'm going to prove it today because we're talking about the power of podcasting with my two good buddies, Michelle and Evans. Y'all out there? There they are.
Hey, Tika.
What's happening? Happy New Year. You know, I think it's close to the end of the month, but Happy New Year anyway.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too. Okay. Answer the question for me. Is podcasting important for your business?
That's a good question. I'm going to let Michelle start on that, and here's why. I'm going to set a frame here because
Okay.
Michelle doesn't like to brag on herself, but I'm going to share. Michelle's helped launch going close to 300 podcasts now.
Woo.
She manages, I don't know, she can give you that number, probably close to 30, 40 podcasts with their agency, and every podcast they work with is in the top 5% in the world. So she is the perfect expert to answer this question, Tigo.
It sounds like I need to move next door to Michelle. All right, Michelle, let's go.
All right. Well,
Is
thanks.
podcasting important?
You're awesome. Yes, podcasting is so important, you guys. And you know what? It's interesting. We're just teaching a class on this morning. The power of podcasting has moved the needle on my business and so many of our clients' businesses over the last few years in such a way that no other platform could do it. Time and attention is our biggest asset these days. And the amount of time and attention people are spending on the podcast platform is unparalleled on any other platform. Forget the 18 seconds on Facebook and the 6 seconds on Instagram. 20 minutes of time on podcasting apps. That's where it's at.
Wow, 20 minutes. So should we go from the 9 at 9 to the 20 at 9?
There you
doesn't
go.
rhyme.
That just means you're listening to lots of your episodes at one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting people that are doing marathons of my episodes, and it's fun. It's fun to hear them and to hear what they have to say. Okay, so I know people are going, yeah, but isn't it too late? There's already millions of podcasts out there. There's no room for me.
It's true. You know what? What we like to say, Evans and I share one thing with our clients that we love is that they all have a positive impact message to make in this world. So their voice, your voice is needed out there in the world. And there's nobody else that can share your unique message. Your uniqueness is your genius. And this is your opportunity to use your voice. And this power of podcasting is the platform to be able to use your voice and attract the right people into your world. So no, there might be millions of podcasts out there. In fact, there's 2.7 million podcasts right now, and it's grown by 2 million podcasts in the last 3 years. But there's still room for you and your voice is much needed. And that impact you're going to make with your voice is huge. You're going to make a huge difference in a listener's life. I started as a listener. Podcasting made a huge impact in my life, and I've seen it from a listener standpoint.
Okay, we're talking about listening, and I get that. You guys know I'm always like, yeah, we'll put it out there in audio, but video's where I live. Is video important as well, or do they just need to do the audio?
Oh
Well,
my gosh. Okay, Evans, you go on this one.
yeah, I was just going to real quickly say, the power of podcasting is that when you do podcasting, you have an evergreen source of repurposing your message to multiple platforms, whether it's written, video, anywhere you want to, social media. So definitely video is still important. It is also evergreen. And here's what I'll share something. There's something called the 7-11-4 formula. And this is
Okay.
a scientific theory, right? That if you have 7 hours with somebody, 11 interactions, 4 different locations, you create a massively strong connection and emotional bond with that person.
Wow.
So that is how Oprah Winfrey is so influential. So who wouldn't want to be as influential as Oprah Winfrey and have that kind of tribe of followers, right? So it's the 7-11-4 formula.
So we need to hang out more is what you're telling me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so you guys tell me, if you're watching this right now and you're going, yeah, I know, I want to do a podcast, and I know what subject I want to do, and I'm all ready for it. I just don't know how to get started. So how do they get started with their podcast if they've never done this before?
It's a great question. I think you get started with thinking about what is the problem you want to solve for people? What do you want to be known for? What kind of expertise do you have? Usually take a look at something you've overcome in your life, something that you're super passionate about. And if you can combine these, the pain and the passion and the purpose behind what you want to say, you're able to create content that will attract the right people. And yes, podcasting, the power of podcasting is huge right now. This platform is ready. And the best time to have launched your show is yesterday. And the next best time is today. And if you waited, and if you're not embarrassed by your first few episodes after 100 episodes in, you waited too damn long to get them out.
I tell everybody, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter what happens. Evans mentioned Oprah earlier. Even early episodes that Oprah was on back in Baltimore, they weren't that great.
Nope.
They really weren't that great. Everybody has to kind of grow into their voice, get their own style. You don't just come out of a box and you're all of a sudden like, hey, everybody, what's going on? No. Especially if usually you're the one in the back in the corner going, hi, how are you? Getting you to, hey, everybody, is pretty difficult. So if they want to start their podcast, they already know their subject. You say today is the day. How often should they be doing a podcast? Should they do it once a month, once a week, once, around their birthday? When should they do this?
Michelle, I'll toss it to you, but I would say, we like to do at least once a week, but do whatever you can do on a consistent basis. Don't come out and say, I'm going to do 6 days a week and then burn yourself out. That sort of comes from my personal training days, right? Where people get so excited. I'm going to exercise 7 days a week. And then they feel bad when they can't keep that pace up. So, Michelle, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thoughts are, what you're trying to do with your podcast is build that trust factor with your audience, and consistency is huge. So like Evan said, if you don't come out of the gate saying you're going to do every day a week and then get down to 1 day a week, it's better to start with once a week and what you can manage in your life. And once a week seems to be the best cadence for most people. Of course, on the other flip side of that, the more content you get out there, the better. But, think of podcasting as not another platform you have to do. Think of podcasting as the strategy where you can get all your other content from.
Yeah, I know that, our producers back there just itching to put that 2-minute warning up. I know it's coming any second now. And before he does that, can you guys define an audience for us? Because people think, well, I don't have 1 million people watching my show, so it must suck. How many people is a good audience when you're just getting started?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to take this one, Evans, because I am on a mission right now to share with everyone that it's not about the download numbers. It's really not about the download numbers, right? It's about the impact they're making, right? So it's actually about the people you can invite on as a guest, the people you can have collaborations with, partnerships with, the people you interview, the people that you are inviting into your world. Evans, anything else you want to add on that?
I was just going to say, that's perfect because, if your message gets out there and affects one person and changes their life, that creates that positive ripple effect that affects other people in their lives. So it's just important to get started, to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to share your message, and to serve people the way you can. I mean, we believe in everybody that comes to us and says, I want to do a podcast. We're like, we know you have it in you. Just believe in yourself. And we always tell everybody, if you're not ready to believe in yourself, we believe in you. So you can borrow our belief.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I know we got to get out of here really soon, but I want to make sure that people understand you got to get started. You know, go back. We're 200 episodes plus in the Expert Talk and 9 at 9. Go look at the first few. Don't write me about it. I know how bad it is. Just go look at it and you'll see how we even grew with our background, because our backgrounds was like a picture frame or something for a while there. It just follow us along. Just get started, you know, and if you want to know how to get started, go find Michelle and Evans. And where do they find you guys?
Well, what we do every month is we have this amazing masterclass that we put on that's perfect for people that are just starting, perfect for people that have had a podcast for a while. It's called Podcast Sales Machine, and you can register at any time. Just go to podcastsalesmachine.com and just register there and upgrade to the VIP, where you can jump into a private Q&A with Michelle and myself and get some one-on-one coaching for next to nothing.
Awesome. And if you guys are driving or whatever, you already know, go to Tigo Direct. You'll find Michelle. You'll find Evans. All this information is out there. Just go do it. Don't let another New Year's come by and they're sitting here being the experts telling you to get started, and it's a year later and it's 2023. I want to thank you guys for being on this episode. I can't wait to see what we're going to talk about next month. This is fun. And as you guys know, Michelle and Evans is our go-to people when it comes to podcasting. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me.
Thanks, Ego.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I hope. And as always, Alan cuts me off. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time. Really, Alan? I was pissed.